So I've been seeing that people really don't do versus battles. Like I literally didn't see any versus discussions happening for the My Hero series. Um I'm getting the impression that people don't want to do that, even though there's a lot of like power scaling happening in the series in the first place. Because they're pretty much like memeing on the fact that everyone's just humans, but the humans, man, what kind of power scaling can happen? Let's get into it. When it comes to like the pro heroes, that's a lot of power scaling right there. The pros, like anyone can tell you that Deku's not beating out Endeavor, even arguably. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a video too, but okay. What I am here for is how well can Hawks do against Miruko. Now, this is really up for contention because they have their own very obvious advantages to where this could be a short video, could be not, I don't know. But let's see what we can do here. Okay. So when it comes to Hawk's thing, everyone knows that he's not a strong dude physically. Like, he's borderline average, even like above average. I'm getting vibes like, he's like really tolerant to like pain. Already has some mental things going on, but okay, anyways. This dude, like, his quirk carries him when it comes to anything he's like doing, the wings. Because, like, I think he has like 50 wings or something, so that's a lot of 50 wings, what the fuck? I think he has like 50 feathers or something, where even just a few of them, he can just fly with just a few feathers, so it's really fucking good stuff. And like, they're really strong too. Yeah, he can just, slice the dude up, similar case like what happened with, like, Twice. Okay, so that's Hawks, right? Now, then we get Miruko. Now, I made to look more into Hawks for this matchup a bit better, so there might be there's a chance that this could get a part 2 even. Miruko. I saw Miruko able to take out a few no moves due to the speed blitz. Just no moves, like same things that were making the pros and heroes struggle. She was taking them out with no problem, and with speed blitzing. So she has the speed and the power, right? So, well, not only peak human, but 100 times stronger than a human, because those are some superhuman feats right there. And like, it mainly comes from her legs. Yeah, and everyone knows that, like the formula for speed. Well, okay, well, not only like for speed, but for force. It's like the more speed you have, the more force you're gonna generate, right? So, taking all into account, one could say that she's a really ideal fighter. Like, what kind of fighter doesn't want all that, right? Then, there's this one situation where it looks iffy for her when she was like trying to take on these, like, I guess higher end no moves, because like there was like this fuel no move that was really fucking her up, along with the other ones, to where it was like, okay, like, what's she actually doing here? So she had to bounce out of that fight. No pun intended. Let's see here. How does this fight play out? So the winning condition here is that in Miruko, she theoretically can. She can honestly pretty much can. Go up to where Hawks is, because Hawks is the type to stay in the air above the opponent. So that's the win condition for her to get in the air and speed blitz Hawks. But what's Hawks' thing though? Speed, right? So it's not looking all that likely for Miruko from the get-go, at least. So So these are the two winning conditions when it comes to the fight. Getting in the air, she can do that. And then laying a hit on Hawks, I don't know about that. So it's looking like he's too fast for her to where a hit doesn't land. But if a hit does indeed land, though, because she's able to speed blitz, she's able to speed blitz people. So if you ask me, she's a tier below Hawks. So that's the thing there. So that's like a 40 to 50% chance that she can even tag Hawks once. Because like after she, decks this dude, like he can probably take a hit, sure. But after a second, third, he's like out of the picture at that point. Because, still human, right? So that's what that's looking like. Then like the other dimension to this is the fact that, Hawks is smarter than Miruko. Now, when I saw that, I think he has like a B for IQ, for intelligence. The Miruko has a C. Now, who else has a C? Ochako. It's just that, Miruko had more experience under her belt, so there's a good chance that she's dealt with someone in the past, but it's not evident that we're given that. That's what our factoid. So maybe what I'm seeing here is that maybe I need to look into this too, but okay. There's a chance that she'll have to from all the times that we've seen her fight, she hasn't gone max speed, right? So to push her speed to the max, that's what she may have to do against Hawks. Because at least I'm getting the impression that all them times when she was going up against all them opponents, like all them Nolan, for example, those were normal. That's her normal output when it comes to just going through them. Now that could be questionable, really, when it came to that one fight where she lost an arm against those few other Nomu there. But okay. Or maybe I need to look into it indeed, because good chance that those Nomu have relative to her speed. But okay, so so when I saw a fight in the manga, I wasn't getting the best impression that they're matching her in speed. So, but I feel like this is an example of a fight where it's rather that I think I'm getting the impression that she's faster indeed, but these Nomu are a tier below her speed, theoretically, unless there's some real calcs out there. I don't know, I can't find absolutely all that stuff Chuck the Programmer or your Chuck the Cybercuck or anything. But okay, so that's what that's looking like. So that illustration might be at least relative to what be going on with Hogs versus Miruko. And then Miruko, she has average IQ, but questionable times, because there's also a bloodthirsty element to her. So if one can take advantage of that, that could really screw her. And then just to demonstrate what IQ and what average IQ is, when it comes to Ochako, yeah, sure, she was able to make a handful of techniques in the past, but for this one situation, she saw a old looking lady go into a building by herself. No, she saw that, right? She was with Sue at the time, helping out the city when Makia was on his own rampage. She went into the house on her own. Now you can't chalk that up to no experience, but I wouldn't go into a situation like that not knowing much of context. So, especially if I'm with someone, it would have been a much better idea to go into that situation with a partner. Much better, infinitely better, than just on your own. And then it's like, even if you want to try it up to her having like a lack of experience, you gotta admit, no one would simply do that, especially if they ever watched a horror movie. Like, everyone knows how bad that situation looks at that point. See any horror movie. How many times in horror movies is like this one nigga is separated from the group, goes into a situation and gets axed off. How many times does that happen? Practically every horror movie, right? So, like practically, or the whole group dies, but anyone can tell you that's better than just going in by yourself. So, that's average IQ in my hero. So we maybe try to think outside the box for for Hawks, or one can make an argument where she can possibly have I know it's getting just a little reachy. I know the battle IQ or her or experience will kick in to where, okay, I can do this and that against Hawks, where I can actually beat his ass. Or she can think, okay, well, he's an average looking guy. I've seen him dress before, and yeah, he's not packing much muscle. And I know I'm muscular than him, so all I need to do is just land one move. So, that being in mind, she goes max speed. There's a percentage out there, like, one can't say absolutely that Hawks, like, to say that Hawks wouldn't be able to like get hit or get hit at all in this fight. It's like saying Hawks has never been hit before in the series. Like, if that was like the case, then yeah, like, you would have a much more sound argument at that point. But since we've seen Hawks get hit all the time, like the fact that he didn't take out Dobby, and Dobby got into the mix in that one scuffle when he got walked in on trying to kill twice there. He's telling, and then like his weakness too, it was revealed there that his weakness was fire. So he was like, yeah, I need to bounce out. Like, yeah. Like, even he was like, yeah, this actually doesn't look good for me. And then, yeah, guess what too? Like, Tokiyama need to like help him there. What this is like is there's a chance that, yeah, but it's basically it. Basically, Miruko needs to at least land one hit on Hawks to beat him. I guess I can possibly argue that she could do like attack waves, or like I know, well, not the best description, but say she does like a kick, right, and it's using like 70% of her power, because I'd say she can measure out her power like that. She does that to blow away like the feathers if he ever uses them. Or what? Or it can be possible that Hawks could just stay in the air above the clouds and just attack from there, but it's not the best strategy. Because he's gonna use up all the feathers. Well, they can come back. I've never seen something like that. Yeah. So them can Hawk attack from that high up? I don't know. If you ask me, that's a no. Maybe if you look into his quirk a little further and see that, okay, he can straight up see, like, that might be the case. Like, cause like there was like that one time when the building was falling, when he came to Endeavor's battle, he couldn't see all them people, right? But he was to save all them people from that building coming down. I think even more people after that. So he couldn't see all of them, right? Say his wings aren't like a second eye. He's at least like perceptive enough to do that. Or maybe there's a sensing thing going on. I don't really know. This is the part where people can correct me on. Okay. Say that wasn't the case though. Then he can attack from above the clouds. Because I kind of doubt that Miruko can go that high. But I don't know. Maybe she can't. I don't know. Could be possible. It's just that what the feats that we're given, we're not given the impression that she can go, that high up. Maybe unless you really look into it, like there might be some calc going on there, and like that, and like this iffy section is where part 2 can come in. So all right, I know early on I gave out the winning condition like pretty early, but all right, that's what it's looking like. So now for Hawks to beat her, all you literally had to do was just land blows, and then he also has this thing where he can use his feathers as like a makeshift sword, so he can do that too. There's the fact too that he can just speed blitz with that technique. Sure. Okay, so those are like basically 3 scenarios. Our given one, just beat blitzing with a feather blade thing. Going say 50 feet into the air, she can probably catch that. It's just his speed at that point is like it's where things get iffy. Then it gets even more iffy if he just keeps attacking out of the air. Because if he just attacks but the clouds, he can just outlast her. I'll let you know, because we're getting the impression that using these feathers are just nothing to him. Like it takes literally no stamina at that point. There could be a thing though that he would run out of air, so maybe that could be a thing. I don't know. Quite possibly, because I remember reading before that if you're that high in the air, you do run out of oxygen. So okay. So as you're seeing now, there's a lot of dimensions when it comes to this very fight here. Like kind of anything can happen, honestly. But if I were to give like a percentage, it's looking like a 60 to 40% win on Hawks' side. To where again, like I've already said before, but I know it's not like a little broken record, but literally, yeah. If Miruko lands a hit on him, it's over. It's practically over there. However, even saying that, good chance it could sour hit. Like it's not a direct hit, so maybe that can happen like a lot of the time. But that opens up the gap further for Hawks at that point, because he could just counter. Especially taking his speed into account, because he is like. Is he the fastest character? I don't know exactly, but he's like top 5 or top 3 even when it comes to speed, okay? So that's what that is. So like that's what would be ideal for Hawks, actually, him just countering her all day. So if he can just have that happen all the time, it's like, he's just that much more likely to win. So that's like a 70 to 30% winning chance for Hawks there. Hawks wins for the most part. Just don't get hit, man. Gonna turn to a non-hit run practically. So that's where that is. Look forward to any other verses, because I'm gonna keep doing them. Well, I'm gonna start doing them. So yeah, I'll take Central, and I'm out.